When you get your award, come up to the stage and stay up here with your 6th graders or 7th graders or 8th graders, okay? Then you can go down after your class is done. Then when the whole thing's over, we need you to come up here and stay up for pictures, okay? So we're going to take pictures of you. All right, first of all, 6th grade. The best display, that would be Skunks by Adam Weskerts. Just make sure you get your skunk de-stinkified, or whatever it's called, Adam. Next, best speech. That would be How Airplanes and Helicopters Work, Josh Wendell. Next, best overall project and speech for the 6th grade is the Extra Clean Me Project by Elizabeth Osterloh. All right, 7th graders. The best display in the 7th grade for the Invention Convention was Jake Vogel and Zach Bergman for the 6-legged chair. Next for the 7th grade, best overall project and speech. There was a tie on this one, so there's a couple winners. First one is Allie Cook and Nicole Seifring for the Kitty Keeper. If I like cats, I'd buy one of those. I don't like cats, so. Yeah, there you go. That's better. Thank you. I can just walk around. I like to show my presence on stage, you know? Also, tied for the best overall project and speech is Gage Retz, The Whistle, WSSL. Also a tie on the most creative invention, the last 7th grade award. First, Kylie Collick and Taylor Guggenbiller, the Stadium State Ride. Nice hats. Also, most creative invention tie for first place, The Scoop of the Day by David Toby. That could come in real handy. You should definitely patent that. And what you've all been waiting for, the 8th grade. Honorable mention on their display. It wasn't quite first place, but it deserves some serious honorable mention. There's 2 of them. The first one is Bounty versus Sparkle, Deanna Himmelgarn and Andrea Sitter. display is Shout Wipes versus Tide to Go, Alexis Sutter and Julie Canal.
All right, next, honorable mention on their presentation. There's two of those also. First one is Joe Max versus the Crud Cutter, Michelle Brockman and Megan Ramel. Also, honorable mention for the presentation. Owens Corning versus Cocoon, Nathan Forkamp and Jared Park. The most outstanding and most creative display overall is Mountain Dew versus Mountain Chill, Stacy Well. And the number one outstanding presentation overall for the 8th grade is Tide to Go versus Clorox Bleach Pens, Stacy Gale and Nicole Dilworth. All right, I think a pep rally's next. I don't know who's up here next. But, we're done, thank you. Everybody go back to your 3rd period class. No, stay.
Guys, sit down.
Have a seat, please. I'll turn it over to Mr. Shuttleworth. Give Mr. Shuttleworth a nice round of applause.
Okay, kids, we'll be starting our pep rally about another 5 minutes. We just need to get reorganized just a little bit. We have a film that we want to watch first. 6th graders, or all the guys sitting in the back, come forward 1 or 2 tables there, guys. You don't have to sit over there. Okay, we'll be ready in just a couple of minutes. good, thank you. We're not quite ready. Started. Just want to say a special thanks to our science teachers. Let's give them one more nice round of applause. Mrs. Anderson, Mrs. Green, and Mr. Fox. It's always a large undertaking as far as putting together the science fair. And many of you know the reason we switched this from the months of April back to October, just because this next April, May, we're going to be doing some different achievement tests. At this time, our cheerleaders, are you ready? We have a dance. Are they ready? Okay, they are still changing. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to watch a video. This video, I want you to watch, then we're going to discuss it just for a few minutes. It has about a special meaning. So let me get this all set up and we will be ready to go. And then we can bring the house lights down in just a minute.
So, Coach, how strong is Western this year?
Stronger than we are.
You already written Friday night down as a loss, bro?
Well, not if I know we can beat them.
to Jeremy.
What, am I in trouble now?
Not yet. I want to see you do the death crawl again, except I want to see your absolute best.
What, you want me to go to 30?
I think you go to 50.
50? I can go to 50 if nobody's on my back.
I think you can do it with Jeremy on your back, but even if you can, I want you to promise me you're going to do your best.
All right.
Your best. You going to give me your best?
I'm going to give you my best.
All right, one more thing. I want you to do a blindfold.
Why?
I want you giving up at a certain point when you can go further. Get down. Jeremy, get on his back. Good tight hold, Jeremy. All right. Let's go, Brock. Keep your knees off the ground. Just your hands and feet. There you go. A little bit left. A little bit left. There you go. It's going to be good effort. Over, Brock. Keep coming. There you go. Good start. A little bit left. A little bit left. There you go, Brock. Good strength. That's it, Brock. That's it.
Not at 20 yet?
Forget the 20. You give me your best. You keep going. That's it. No, don't stop, Brock. You got more in you than that.
Hey, Doug. Just rest a second.
You gotta keep moving. Let's keep moving. Let's go. Don't quit till you got nothing left. There you go. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving, Brock. That's it. You keep driving. Keep your knees off the ground. Keep driving. Very best. Your very best. Your very best. Keep moving, Brock. That's it. That's it. That's it. Keep going. Don't quit on me. Keep going. Keep driving. Keep driving. Keep your knees off the ground. That's it. Your very best. Don't quit on me. Your very best. Keep driving. Keep driving. There you go. There you go. That's it. You keep driving. Keep your knees off the ground. Keep driving. Don't quit till you got nothing left. Keep moving, Brock. That's it. That's it. That's it. Keep going. I want everything you got. Come on, keep going. Hurts. Don't quit on me. Your very best. Keep driving. Keep driving. There you go. There you go. I know you said it. And you negotiate with your body to find more strength, but don't you give up on me, Brock. You keep going. You hear me? You keep going. You're doing good. You keep going. You're not quit on me. You keep going. It hurts. I know it hurts. You keep going. You keep going. It's all hard from here. 30 more steps. You keep going, Brock. Come on. Keep going. And let it burn. It's all hard. You keep going, Brock. Come on. Come on. Keep going. You promised me your best. Your best. Don't stop. Keep going. It's not too hard. You keep going. Come on, Brock. Give me more. Give me more. Keep going. 20 more steps. 20 more. Keep going, Brock. Give me your best. Don't quit. No. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. Brock Kelly, you don't quit. Keep going. Keep going. No, Brock Kelly, you don't quit on me. No, you keep going. You keep going. No, Brock. 10 more steps. 10 more. 10 more. 10 more. Keep going. Don't quit. Give me yours. You can. You can. One more. One more. Come on, Brock. Come on. Don't quit. Don't quit. Come on, Brock. 2 more. 1 more. Look up, Brock. You're in the end zone. Brock, you are the most influential player on this team. If you walk around defeated, so will they. Don't tell me you can't give me more than what I've been seeing. You just carried a 140-pound man across this whole field in your arms. Brock, I need you. God's gifted you with the ability of leadership. Don't waste it. Can I count on you? Yes. What is it, Jeremy?
I weigh 160.
Okay, so kids, I guess, what does that movie mean? You know, as a coach, as a previous band director, you know, it brings tears to your eyes because as a coach, we've all been in that situation. We're pushing for the very, very best. And kids, this weekend we're going into tournament. 8th grade, 7th grade. Tonight we had the MAC cross country. And kids, with this video, when you think you've given it your all, your very best, there's always 1 or 2 more ounces you can go. Same way, football team. Got a big game against New Bremen tonight. It's going to be a little bit chilly out there. The winner is not always a team who has the most talent. The winner is a team who works the hardest. This Saturday, our 8th grade volleyball team has their tournament, MAC tournament. And again, girls, even if we're down 1 game, you go back and you give it your very, very hardest. Because there's always more in there. It's always a team that's working the hardest. So again, excellent video, and I felt the pain in my calves. I can't imagine carrying somebody on my back for 160 pounds, you know, 100 yards. But that young man did. He was the leader. And the coach was saying, look, you're the leader. Everybody follows you. And if you're in that leadership role, that's a very, very important role that you have to fulfill. So much for this serious side. We're going to now turn things over to our Fort Recovery Junior High cheerleaders. Let's give them a big round of applause.
Break it down! Yeah! Go, Joby! Woo!
They've been cheering the 7th and 8th grade football teams along all season. They've worked real hard this entire season. Also want to thank their sponsor, Mrs. Chris Sutter, for all of her work that she's done with the girls. But this time, I would like to introduce Mrs. Pullman. And Mrs. Pullman's going to be coming to the stage, and she's going to be introducing the 7th and 8th grade girls volleyball team.
is Coach Tammy Post, and she's a teacher at Marion Local, so I'm going to represent her here. These girls I've got to watch them play several games, and I'm just so impressed. They give it all they have, and just finished their season on Tuesday with New Bremen, and they had a hard-fought game, but they did have a good season. We have Olivia and Danielle and Kylie and Rochelle and Kayla and Caitlin and Hunter and Kara and Gina and Erica and Abby, who was out for most of the season when I was around, and Kayla and Michaela. And just like I said, they've done a great job, and we're always helping my 8th graders shag and do all kinds of stuff. And you guys have anything to say? Ready to play 8th grade next year? Yeah! Ready to cheer the 8th graders on this Saturday? Yeah. All right, let's hear a round of applause. 8th graders, if you want to come up. Here with the 8th graders, just like the 7th graders. I'll go ahead and introduce them. Shelby and Holly and Renee and Holly and Olivia and Marissa, Jessica, Jenna, Kendra, Haley, Nicole, and Megan, Caitlin, Deanna, and Barbie. Before I forget, we do have some staff managers I want to recognize too. Leah, Grisa, if you want to come up here real quick. And Natalie Moore, and Lindsay Schreier, and Stacy Gall. These girls that are coming up just make it so much better for us, and actually without them we could not have a season. So give them a round of applause. Natalie, Lindsay, Stacy, and Kelly. Real quick, I don't know if there's 4 things I want to tell you real quick about this team that you may not know. First of all, they're a team that gives 100% on the court. If you've come to a game or if you are able to make it to tournament on Saturday, you will see that they won't give up. They keep trying no matter what the score might be or whatever they might be down. They're also a team that gives 100% off the court. I've seen their grade card or grade reports, and from that indication, it looks like they think that school is a pretty high priority. So they're giving 100% in the classroom too. They also, the 3rd thing I want you to know about this team is they support each other on and off the court, and in good times and in bad times. When things are going good, you hear lots of encouragement, lots of cheering on, and they're happy for each other when each other does a good thing. But also when things aren't going so well, or when we had some difficulties the last couple weeks with a loss of a classmate here, they've also supported each other, and that's really important too, that they help each other grieve through some processes. And the last thing I want you to know is this is a team that set goals, individual goals and team goals, and many of them have accomplished their individual goals. And one of the team goals was to make it to tournament, and we won on Tuesday, so we are headed to tournament on Saturday. Wish these girls thank you.
One more time, let's hear it for the girls. Okay, at this time, I'd like to introduce our cross-country coach, Mrs. Jenny Grisa, and she's going to be introducing the cross-country team. Cross-country team has taken a large improvement from last year to this year. And Mrs. Teresa's going to be telling you all about it.
All right, if I could have my junior high gentlemen come on up to the stage, please. They all worked really hard. They also got picked on a lot for kind of being the little guys. Every once in a while in a race, we lose Sean or Derek or Matthias because, like, there's these kids that are 2 feet taller, and it's like, ooh, did they go by and we missed them? And they're so fast, you know, that's really the problem. We have had a terrific season. Tonight is our MAC meet. Our gentlemen are in the running for first place in the MAC. Last week we beat Minster at Lions Club Invitational, and it always feels good to beat them. So hopefully tonight we can make that happen. The gentlemen on my team this year are Ryan Highcamp, Alan Vogel, Caleb Highcamp, Zach Guggenmiller, and Aaron Will. Those are the 8th graders. For my 7th graders, we have Matthias Kester, Sean Reisner, and Adam Cole. And how could I forget him? Derek Rammel. Also, our record so far this year is 27 losses, 98 wins, which is 78 and 0.4% winning record. It's fantastic. So hopefully tonight we can add another 8 wins there, guys, and be #1 in the MAC. So give them a round of applause. I do have stat books for each of the boys that has all of our handouts that I always give out after every meet. I expect them to keep them, memorize them, know their times, know our places. So next year when I say things like, what's your mile time, I don't get a blank stare. Also, I have one award to give on my junior high boys team. In the summer, if they run 100 miles on their own, 100 miles or more, they are eligible to be in the 100-mile running club. And out of these guys, I've had one boy that completed all 100 miles, actually 109 this past summer, and that's Zach Guggenmiller. So we want to wish them well and tell them to run fast and to hopefully win the MAC title. Ladies, quickly make your way to the stage. Junior high ladies cross country team. Ladies this year have obviously made great improvements. Each of them personally has improved the entire season. As a team, they have come a long way also. Every meet this year we've done much better. We've come home with a couple trophies that were displayed in the office. Also, for instance, last Thursday at the Lions Club meet, there were, somebody tell me how many teams? 17 teams, and the ladies got 4th place, which isn't bad when you consider the top 3 were Minster, Versailles, and Coldwater, and we weren't too far off. So last year at Lions Club, we got second to last place. That's a big difference. So we've made huge strides, literally. Lots of improvement. We've worked really hard. Our record this year is 29 losses and 73 wins. It sounds a lot like the boys. It's a little bit lower though, because they've had a couple less teams to compete against, and that's 71.5% of a winning record. So that's fantastic. Tonight, ladies, we're looking to finish in the top half for the MAC. We've got a really, really tough group of kids to run against. It's kind of like it is with any other sport in the MAC. You've got to be the best and then some more to really be at the top. But I look for big things from these ladies tonight. Lots of teamwork, supporting each other, pushing each other when we run. Having 18 kids is fantastic. It's like a wave of purple all the time. So I also have stat books for each of them, and I have a lot of 100-mile club winners out of this group of ladies. They work hard and it showed. For the girls, Michelle Brockman ran exactly right about 100 miles. So Michelle? Michelle Evers had 101 miles this year. Abby Hulskamp ran 152 miles on her own this year. Let's see, Alexis Sutter was my big runner for the summer, 160.5 miles. Andrea Sutter logged 102 miles this summer. Allie Toby had 123 miles. Kristen Wendell, and I might as well do them together. Claire Wendell, if you can imagine, they both had 102.6 miles this summer. And for the record, Claire is actually faster than Kristen, but only because she's an 8th grader, right? Kristen, you'll get her. So, but they both have improved a lot, and they're some of my top girls. And then Kelly Wendell also had 104 miles this year. Next year, I bring a lot of these ladies on to the high school level. I have a bunch of 8th graders. If you could just step forward if you're an 8th grader. So this year these ladies all ran 2 miles for their race. So it took them anywhere from 13 some minutes to about 19 or 20 minutes to finish a race. Next year, these ladies will have to run 3.1 miles in a race, which is a little bit tougher, but we're built strong, so we'll be okay. So my 8th graders, once again, are Abby Sudoff, Michelle Brockman, Julie Knapke, Abby Hulskamp, Casey Bax, Hillary Popcutter, Karen Purcell, Tammy Link, Allie Toby, Lexus Sutter, Kelly Wendell, Andy Sutter, and Claire Wendell. My 7th grade ladies, please step forward. We can never have enough kids on the cross-country team either. Everybody always gets to play, everybody always gets to run. And running is not a punishment. So, my 7th graders are Michelle Evers, Emily Sechrist, Brenda Link, Kristen Wendell, and Nicole Heitkamp and Mariah Kester. So, ladies, we wish you the best of luck tonight. Run fast and be warm. So, good
And one more time, let's give the cross-country team a nice round of applause. If you've never been to a cross-country meet, it's really fun to be at, especially at the finish line and cheering the team on, like the mile 1 marker, and then also the finish line. At this time, I'd like to introduce Coach Ryan Tent, and he's going to be making his way to the stage. And he's going to be talking about our 7th and 8th grade football teams. Both the 7th and 8th grade football team has the game topic is agreement, and it's going to be a little bit of a chilly one. And tell us all about the season and the players. Coach Tent, let's give Coach Tent a nice round of applause.
This season went really fast, and as the saying goes, time flies when you're having fun. Well, I had a lot of fun this year, and I bet if you ask any one of these players out here, they'd say they had a lot of fun too. The wins and losses might not show it this year, but the effort was definitely there from times. We worked hard every week, and the thing I can say about these two teams is they got better every week, as a team and as individuals. They grew as the season grew. There's a lot of good talent out there, and if they all stick with it, maybe get a few more players, the wins will definitely come. Football's not an easy sport to play. It's tough both physically and mentally, and these boys handled it very well this year, both aspects. This time, the 7th grade could come up. The 7th grade. After about 4 weeks of practice this year, the whole team, the 7th grade team, voted on captains, and they voted their captains just by vocal leaders and on the field leaders. And this year the captains are Kenny Wenning and Jacob Whitaker. And just to let you guys, I'll let them announce the teams this year.
67 is Kyle Taylor, and he plays O-line and D-line. That's Jason Potcard, number 30.
He plays fullback and defensive lineman.
Number 83 is Derek Sutter.
He plays wide receiver.
Number 44 is Derek Garkey.
Wide receiver and defensive back.
Number 32 is Hayden Potcard.
Corner and receiver.
Number 25 is Jacob Luthold.
He plays center and defensive line.
Number 45 is Grant Potcutter.
Tight end and corner.
Number 64 is Curtis Izu.
He's a guard and the defensive line.
Number 80 is Ryan Garkey.
He's offensive line and defensive line.
Number 63 is Kyle Judy.
Offense and defensive line.
Number 86 is Brandon Stallman.
Offensive and defensive line.
Number 12 is Aaron Vagadis.
He plays tailback and defense and safety and the defensive end.
Number 40 is Kenny Wenning.
Quarterback and linebacker.
Number 54 is Jacob Whitaker, which is me.
Linebacker and fullback.
That's the 7th grade team. You guys did a good job announcing there. We've got New Bremen at home at 5 o'clock tonight. And if we just play well, execute a little bit, we'll have another W tonight. Good job. Eighth grade. is a group of characters here, but when you get them out on the football field, they're actually some pretty decent kids.
Go Superman!
The captains of the 8th grade this year, chosen by the rest of the team, are Adam Rohr and Kyle Smits. Yeah, will the managers come up here also, if they're out there?
Good job, man.
Come on up.
Go,
We'll let the 8th grade announce their team.
Yeah.
We got Mason Smocker. She plays offense and defensive line.
Woo! Go Mason!
We got Ethan Sheridan. He plays wide receiver and corner. We got Shane Bridgewick. He plays safety and quarterback. Craig Kaiser plays tailback and linebacker. Nate McStree plays offense and defensive line. Smokey plays offense and defensive line.
And then we have Elliot Post, who is a tight end and strong safety. And then we got Nathan Watkins, who is a offense and defensive line. And Dustin Holman, who is a corner and wide receiver. Ryan Shea, who is a wide receiver and corner.
Ryan!
Hills, who is our center. And Big Tom Post, who's our offense and defensive line. They got Brian Keller down there. And Seth Grice, who is a offense defensive line. And Big Squeaky down there, he's offense defensive line. Then Nathan Ben, who is doing the job for Damon Clinky now as our video team.
Go Nathan!
And Connor and supplies of water.
There again, this team won one game last year as 7th graders, and they'd like to outdo that one this year by winning 2. So, we'll put together a good game tonight. We'll make it 2 wins this season, 1 up from last year. Thanks, man.
Go Superman! Go football! Woo!
Well, kids, that kind of brings us to the conclusion of today's pep rally. We just have And again, I want to applaud all the kids who have been in the extracurriculars, cross-country, cheerleading, volleyball, football, students in the band. It takes a lot of extra time and a lot of extra effort for all of your practices, all the sacrifices of time given up for the evening practices, trying to get homework done, trying to get science fairs done. And again, it's definitely appreciated by all of your coaches and all of your teachers and staff. And again, we just want to wish everyone best of luck as we're concluding our seasons. Again, tonight, over at Coldwater, the mat for the cross country. Tonight, we have the football team home against New Bremen. And on Saturday, we have the volleyball teams up at Delphos. This is going to draw